Our first course is sriracha glazed seared scallops, splashed with a Riesling wine and garnished with parsley. And we chose a German Riesling, semi-sweet from Karl Josef, 8.5%, and bottled in 2020. So I guess we taste. Well, I think that there's just enough acidity in that Riesling to wash away the heat from the sriracha.
Yeah, I would say there's a good balance of sweetness between the two.
They kind of do complement the sweetness of each other. The residual sweetness left in the scallop kind of complements with the fruity sugar sweetness in the Riesling. And then with the lower alcohol content and the acidity kind of making my mouth salivate, the heat is all but gone while the flavor of the spice still lingers.
Mm-hmm. I forgot how rich scallops can be, actually.
Yeah, the ginger-like, citrus flavor kind of helps cut away some of the fatty texture to it as well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then the buttery kind of nutty flavor of the scallops pairs well with those citrus notes as well.
And with the hint of honey in the wine, too.
Overall, I think a very balanced pairing of sweet and spicy and a good light dish to kind of start off with. It's mostly complementary flavors, but there's definitely some congruency.
All right, all that's left now is the tasting part, the best part. So first we'll go try the steak. The steak alone is already so good. Let's try it with the wine. Yeah, that's really good. You can tell that the fruity flavors of the Malbec just go really well with the lean cut of meat. The wine really brings out the unique flavor of filet mignon. The herbs go really well with it too. Overall, I would rate 10 out of 10. The Alamos Malbec here has very high hints of cherry, which goes very well with the meat, and the tannins from it go really well with the lean cut of meat. Overall, love this project, 10 out of 10, would love to do it again.
Alright, here we have our chocolate covered strawberries. They're half milk chocolate and half white chocolate. And we have our wine as well, so let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's try the strawberry alone first. Okay, cheers.
I'm good.
All right, the wine. I really like that combination. All right, so the wine is semi-sweet, and because the strawberries are very, very sweet, I think it's a really good balance, and they don't really overpower each other or cancel each other out. They're a really, really good balance, and it makes the strawberries not as sweet, and the wine really draws the flavor of the strawberries after you drink it.
I concur. Definitely a dessert I recommend.
Yeah, you should try this yourself.
You hear that, Jimbo?
Thank you.
Hi, this is Raphael, and I did the dessert portion of our food pairing test. And I first started off by tasting the wine on its own. The varietal is, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, Gewürztraminer. And I tasted it by itself just to get an initial flavor profile on its own without any pairing with it. So my initial thoughts on it was that it started off kind of bright. It was sweet, it had a nice sweet aroma. It came bright and then smooth out throughout the mouth. However, once it kind of went down in temperature, it just became more smooth overall. Didn't have as much of that brightness that it used to. But then once I added that chocolate strawberry, the white chocolate strawberry, I felt like it did add up to what we initially assumed it would be. It did enhance the sweetness of the overall flavor. But it wasn't necessarily a good sweet, but that's probably up to personal taste on my side, to be honest. I'm not a big enjoyer of overly sweet things. But it did amplify that sweetness, and then it kind of tapered off towards the end to be a bit bitter, in my opinion, which I sort of didn't really enjoy, but like I said, it still added up. One part that I thought kind of added up, because we initially thought that no flavor would overpower each other, and at the beginning, it kind of overpowered. So once you you took a bite of that white chocolate strawberry, you get the initial flavor, then you add the wine. The wine overpowered that strawberry, in my opinion, but then it went into like this middle ground where they were both together, and then you had that part where I said it was overly sweet. And then once that wine went through, if you had any leftover strawberry, that kind of just took over the palate. Overall, I think it did add up to what we thought it would be, but it just wasn't to my personal liking. Thank you. I also wanted to add on that I tasted that pairing multiple times, just so I can make sure that what I felt like initially was consistent throughout multiple pairings, and I always just came to the same conclusion.